Howdy. So today I actually want to remind everybody about forgiveness and good and bad and how all that relates in a way. So me and my friend, we were talking about, you have your significant other and they do something. Should you break up with them because they did something? And should you forgive them because of what they did, or should you continue being with them? And what I was telling my friend is that, if you're gonna forgive someone, make sure you forgive them completely. Like, don't bring it up ever again. Because I was in a relationship once and I did something and he forgave me. But he always brought it back up and he ended up hurting me several times and telling me, oh, well, you did this, so I get to do this. And that wasn't fair. I messed up. I was sorry for it. I never messed up again afterwards. But he kept wanting to seek revenge. And that one of the things I believe in is that in relationships, you shouldn't seek to hurt your significant other. Relationships are not about you strike me, so I'm gonna strike you. If you're gonna forgive somebody, be sure you forgive them, and don't bring it up again because it's just gonna, mess up the whole relationship. And if you don't forgive them, then you're gonna want to strike back, basically. And it shouldn't be like that. And we also talked about how, are you gonna break up with someone for that small thing they did, or stay with them because there's so many good things that you've had in this relationship that one mistake is forgivable, because forgiving them means that you will be happy again. And he brought up this wonderful example about how, you know, certain things are like, let's pretend you have your covers, your sheets for your bed, and they're white and they're really pretty and they're perfect. You stain them with chocolate or whatever you want. Your attention every time you look at them is going to go towards the stain. And most people focus on the negative things people do, like, oh, this person did this, so they're no good. So society usually looks at the bad side of things. But you mustn't forget that those sheets, like 99% of them are still white, except for that small stain. And people are like that way too. Most of them are good. They might have a flaw, but that doesn't make them worthless. So the idea is that, we must not forget that people have their good things too. Don't just focus on the bad. Don't just say, oh, they're, if you get what I'm saying, we must not forget all the good a person has. Don't just focus on the bad. And if you do just focus on the bad, and this goes back to relationships, if you're not going to be able to forgive and not pay attention to the badness, then it's not worth being in a relationship, because you're always going to be looking at it, you're always going to be judging it, and it's better to just get new sheets and start over, if you can't handle that little stain there. And it is possible to remove that stain, if you wanted to keep those sheets. You can remove that stain and work at it, and eventually it might diminish, but you'll be good. But basically, overall, forgive people if you deem it necessary. I'm not saying everything's forgivable, but well, yeah, and don't just focus on the bad. And I also want to take this time and for anybody, if I've ever done something to you, I'm sorry, and I really mean it. I mean, I can't think of anybody right now that, you know, I've hurt intentionally. I probably did it because I felt hurt too. And, we shouldn't be like that. I shouldn't seek revenge to hurt someone because they hurt. And I'm sorry. And if I have, then, tell me. And yes, well, bye.